Hey y'all, this me. It's your girl, and you already know. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal? We got to talk. I mean, come on in, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all the time enough. I'm gonna get everybody time enough to get in here, cause we got to talk about Henry Dinkins. Oh, we got to talk about Henry Dinkins. So y'all come on in. I didn't know I was gonna go live, but I got upset with Henry, so I need y'all to talk to him. Go get everybody. Go get everybody. We need to go through something. Y'all come on in. We need to talk. I need all of y'all. I need everybody in here. Tune in. We gotta talk about this. Y'all come on in. The more and more and more I listen to this trial, the more and more I get upset with this man, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all come in, real deal. The man right here. Y'all come on in. Come on in, y'all. Y'all come on in. We got to talk. Come on, y'all. We grown people. This is a grown people channel. Y'all come on in, grown folks. Come on. I need all my grown, real people to come on in here. We got to talk about Henry Dinkins. I'm sick of him. So I'm gonna go on to get started. I can't wait. It's something that I wanted to go over with y'all that I want us to walk through together. I want to walk through it with y'all. It's like, let's talk Henry Dinkins and the man who found and the men who found. Let me put Breasia by there, okay? Let me put Breasia by there. Okay? I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, let's take a look at this video right here. We're gonna break this video down. I want to come in and break it down with y'all. So let's watch this. We're gonna stop it and we're gonna start and we're gonna talk about it. This is one of my videos that I really want y'all to hear. So that's why I came live.
And then after you got off work, what did you do?
I called Jesse and seen if he wanted to go fishing. It was relatively warm for that time of year, and we decided that's where we wanted to go.
Okay. When you telephoned Jesse, did you learn that somebody was with Jesse at that time?
Yes, he was with Eric.
Okay. And where were the two subjects at when you made the call?
I think they were at Eric's, which is a little bit farther north.
All right. Now we're going to talk about the location where you went fishing at that day. Can you describe where it is located relative to Highway 61 and then the exit of Highway 30 when you would go into Clinton?
It's north of Highway 30 by about 5 miles. It's right off of 61.
How would you describe the area that you were going to go fishing at?
I don't understand what.
Sure. Is it a rural area? Is it an area where there is a city?
There's not much traffic there.
And is this area out in the country?
Yeah.
All right. The area that you were to go fishing, just describe what's in that area.
Mainly just the pond, and then Kuhnau's implement is just off to the north of that.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
All right. Now, I have before you an exhibit that we've got on the easel. It's been previously introduced as.
Okay, yeah.
I want you to look.
I want to stop it right here now. I want y'all to pay attention to what this fisherman is saying. Okay, we're gonna pay attention to what this fisherman. This is one of the guys that found the body, y'all. And listen to listen to what he's saying. The area they parked their car and everything. They will come back.
Look at that exhibit and tell me if you recognize what is depicted.
I do.
Describe what is depicted.
More center there. Well, you got the highway cutting through, and then Kuhnau's pond, and then the Kuhnau implement.
All right.
DeWitt would be off the map this way.
Okay. Let's look at the legend down in the bottom corner.
Yep.
Does it give you an indication as to where north would be located on that exhibit?
It does.
And where would it be located on the exhibit?
Down here.
But is north to the top of the exhibit?
No, north is up here, sorry.
All right. And so at the bottom of the exhibit, that would be?
South.
South. And then are you familiar with your directions to know what would be east versus west as you stand there looking at the exhibit?
Yeah, 270th would be east of the pond, and then 218th would be to the west of the pond.
Okay. Do you see US Highway 61?
I do.
As a general rule, Highway 61 travels what directions?
North to south.
Certainly. Now, if you are heading down Highway 61, what direction would you have to travel in order to access the area of Kuhnau implement and the location we're going to be talking about?
If you're coming from DeWitt or?
If you're coming from DeWitt.
Okay, so you'd be traveling north to probably 212th Street there, that intersection.
At 212th Street, what's the relevance of that location?
Don't really understand.
Certainly. How would you exit the area of Kuhnau implement?
To the right.
Okay.
You'd exit right if you're headed north.
And then what street would that be?
That would be 212.
Okay. Now, if you could, Mr. Rogie, behind you, you're going to find a pointer. Do you see that?
Watch this, y'all.
What I'd like for you to do is come off of the witness stand. Take the microphone and just place it over towards you so that you can talk into it, and then just step off to the side of that exhibit. All right. Now, when you went to that area, do you know what time of day you would have gone to go fishing?
I'd say in between 5 and 6. I work 10s at, so 5:30-ish.
5:30 or sometime after that? Certainly. And then did you travel from the Clinton area to go to the area of Kuhnau implement?
I came from DeWitt on 218 and took this right onto 270th and parked here.
Certainly. Now, the location.
Okay, y'all see which way he came. He came from right here. Think about this the way Henry came. Did Henry come this way? Is this the only way to come?
that you've indicated that you've parked on 270th Avenue, would that be on the right or the east side of the roadway or the west side of the roadway?
I parked on the west side.
As you're looking at State's Exhibit 41, is there an access road that you see that you utilize to go down to the pond where you fished?
Like a driveway to it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, right there.
Okay. Describe the incline associated with that drive down to the area of the pond.
It's very, very steep.
Is that an area, that access road that you would drive your vehicle down through?
I have a car, so no.
Okay. And why wouldn't you drive a car down that access road to the area of the pond?
I'd most likely get stuck.
All right.
Oh, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that real deal? That's why we here. We here to talk about it. Now think about Henry. This dude here said he wouldn't drive down there because he'll get stuck. Why are there no shoes? If Henry took her down there, where are the shoes? Where's his shoes? Muddy shoes. What did he do? Throw them away? He had to throw some away because he bought bleach.
Would you feel that way whether or not the weather was good or bad?
Yeah.
All right. Now, who was first to arrive there at the fishing spot?
I actually was.
Okay. And then how much time elapsed before the other two gentlemen joined you?
I don't know, 5 minutes maybe.
Certainly. Go ahead and take your seat for the time being. When you arrived at the area, did you stay up by your vehicle or start to go down by the pond?
I smoked a cigarette in my car, so I didn't leave my car.
At what point did you exit your car?
When Jesse and Eric showed up.
When the other two gentlemen showed up, what did the three of you do?
Started to walk down. I mean, obviously we got our fishing gear and stuff, but started to walk down.
Okay. And what area were you walking down toward the pond?
Down that the steep embankment there.
What I'm describing as the access road?
Yeah.
As you were walking down toward the pond, what developed?
I just happened to glance out the corner of my eye and really just seen something really, really white, and turns out it was their skull. I was just kind of fixated on that. I wasn't sure if it was real or not. So
This man can't barely speak, y'all. He's seen a skull. They saw Breasia. A 10-year-old child.
So Eric flipped or touched the skull, and he told me it was real. So I decided to call the Clinton non-emergency number.
Were you the first individuals to notice the skull, if you know?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
When you noticed the skull, did you verbalize that to Jesse or to Eric?
Yeah.
When you verbalized that, did anyone within the group beyond Eric approach the area where the skull was located?
I mean, I was like 3 foot maybe, but not really.
Okay. Now take the pointer again, and what I want you to do is show us where you observed that skull located at.
Look, y'all.
I would say it's probably.
That's where he was bought in.
All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to present a different exhibit to you, and that's going to be State's Exhibit 42.
I like that lady right here. She know her work.
Going to State's Exhibit 42, do you recognize what's depicted on this particular photograph?
I do.
All right. Use your microphone and tell us how you recognize this exhibit.
This is the pond south of the canals.
Is this a better perspective
Yeah, it's blown up.
Certainly. As you look at 270th Avenue, give us a general idea of where your vehicle was parked there on the west side of 270th Avenue.
I was probably parked right here.
Okay. Would that put you further south of that access road down?
Okay, y'all, look where he said they parked. Here's the pond. And they parked up here. This is where Breasia is, and they parked up here.
Down to the pond. Now, in this particular exhibit, can you get a better perspective of the location where you would have seen the remains? And as we look at that exhibit, is there an article or item laying there that you noted was in the area of the remains?
I don't understand.
Certainly. Look close in that photograph. Get up very close to it.
Oh, the tire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does the tire have any relevance to you?
It was just close, I guess.
The tire was close to the remains?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and take your seat.
Real deal. Just imagine you out there fishing, and you know I like to go fishing, and find a skull. You found what? And you do want to know is if it's real or not, so you'll do something to touch it, because you're gonna hear another guy testify about that. So you concerned, you like, is this real? Hey, come here, let's check. You're gonna always ask if something real, because a lot of fake stuff going on.
How accurate is this aerial photograph relative to the trees and lack of vegetation or blooming of any vegetation during this time of year?
Of March when we found her? Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
Certainly. At this point in time, were there any leaves on the trees?
Not on the trees, but on the grounds from the, before winter.
Okay. And
which is why it stuck out so much.
All right. And were the leaves that you're describing on the ground, was that dead foliage from the trees having lost their leaves?
Yes.
Is that what you said caused the skull to stick out?
Yeah.
All right. And then beyond that, was there any plant life that was blooming on the ground during this period
I
of time?
wouldn't say like full blooming, but starting to come up, yeah.
Certainly. All right. So then take us to your next step. You observed the skull. What is it that you did?
I called the Clinton County non-emergency number.
When you contacted the non-emergency number, what did you advise?
That I was about 90% sure that I found human remains, but I wasn't totally for certain on that. So I asked for an officer to come down and take a look.
Smart.
What happened next?
I waited about 5 to 8 minutes approximately, and then the first officer arrived.
Where did you wait for law enforcement to arrive on the scene?
Back on the road.
All right. And then did anyone stay down by the area of the human remains while you waited for law enforcement?
I don't recall.
All right. We'll talk with Jesse and Eric about that. What happened when law enforcement arrived on the scene?
He asked who called. I said it was me, and then he had asked me to show him where. So I showed him where, and then he had us move our cars up the road to the, like, Kuna has it. They have a back gate, I guess, kind of. So he had us move our cars and said basically there's gonna be a bunch of cops showing up eventually. So we sat around and waited for a few hours.
All right. Now, after law enforcement started to show up, were you directed to a location to be interviewed?
Yes.
Explain.
We went to the Clinton County satellite office in DeWitt.
What happened when you arrived at the satellite office?
I'm not sure on a name, but a detective from Clinton had talked to us, and then one from Davenport.
Okay,
I also
y'all,
don't remember his name.
Okay, let's talk about this. You got 3 men fishing in a pond with a baby with somebody's daughter's remains. And Henry sits over there. Before I play the other guy, before I play this, the first fisherman, but he sits in the courtroom leaning on his hand. Let me put his ugly picture. Let me put his picture up here. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to say that. He sits in the courtroom like this, as if nothing is going on, if nothing happened. This is how Henry sits in the courtroom when a child that trusted him, believe in him, is right here where these guys right here, these fishermen are. And he sits and listens to the whole testimony without crying, without nothing. He just sit here and do this, and it makes me angry. This is what he do for a child that trusted him. Why, Henry? That's the only thing I want to hear. I really want to hear him talk, y'all. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Does the name of Detective Evan Obert sound familiar?
Yes.
Was he a tinier individual with a bald head?
Yes.
And then did you provide a complete statement of what you've described here today to Detective Obert?
Yes.
Brendan, were you aware of the investigation that the Davenport Police Department had been involved in relative to a little girl by the name of Breasia Terrell, who was reported missing back in July of 2020?
I've heard the names, but I hadn't really paid too much attention to it. Although I did see a Facebook thing when I was waiting to be interviewed there at the Clinton County site that made me believe that's who we found.
Certainly.
You know what? Ain't that a blessing? You know what? You know what I'm saying? This is a blessing that these dudes didn't play with the score, then act stupid with the score, and didn't throw the score away. They could have did that. They could have did anything to their score, but they didn't. They didn't. I did. Henry did. I can't believe. I can't say I can't believe because I don't even know the man. Now we gonna go to fisherman number 2. Now you got a fisherman number 2 freaked out when they seen Breasia score. Listen to what this fisherman, all 3 of them together now, but listen to him.
How often, if you're able to estimate?
A handful of times throughout the years.
From approximately when?
I think the first time I went out there, I was probably a freshman in high school.
So you're familiar with that area?
Yes.
Do you recall approximately what time you would have arrived at that area?
I would say probably around 5 or 5:30.
And how did you get to that area?
I drove from Eric's house.
Did you drive yourself?
Eric and I rode together.
Now, if I want to direct your attention to a map here, States Exhibit 42. Do you recognize what's in States Exhibit 42?
I do.
And is that the pond we've been talking about near Kunow Implement?
Yes, it is.
Right next to you, there is a pointer. If you see that there, and you may have to get up and go walk up to the map, but can you point to where you would have parked that day? And what type of vehicle were you driving?
Chevy Silverado.
Did anyone else drive to that location?
Brendan.
Can you point to where Brendan was parked that day?
That's what he said. He was parked right there.
Do you recall what type of vehicle Brendan was driving?
Grand Prix.
Okay, I'll go ahead and have you take your seat again.
Okay, y'all. Oh, wait, let me pull it back a little bit. Hold on. Y'all see where this way I want to bring it back up. Hold up. Let me push it back on the board. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to put it. Well, hold on for a minute. This man right here get on like, ooh, I get so sad with that. Henry. Okay. Hold up, y'all.
Please raise your right hand. Do you sort of tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing
And he
but the
looking at
truth?
everybody coming
Please.
out. Hold on, y'all. This, okay.
In ground that kind of
This is what I
orient.
want to be. Okay, if they park up here and the pond down here, they park right here in the pond right here. Did he drag her body down there? Cause you can't drive down there, y'all. Did he drag her body down here to the pond? It threw her in that water and she came right float right up. Or did he drown her down here? Which, cause he had to, if he can't drive down here, y'all. He can't drive down here because these fishermen already said how steep it was. So Henry, you allegedly brought this girl down here. You walk down here, and they ain't got no footprint. It's probably hard to get footprints over there.
And says to that specific spot.
Aside from the trail, there's a tire lane there.
Can you point to where you would have been fishing or where you started to fish?
Look at that, y'all. Y'all see that? So if they parked up here, like they said, and walked down here, Henry had to walk somewhere. He had to walk somewhere for that girl body to be floating right here, y'all. For a skull to be floating right here. What a skull doing? Why her remains is closer to the bank right there? And I bet Breasia tried to wake up. No, but he shot her in the head though. He shot her in the shoulder. Okay, he said he right here on the lake, right here. That's scary, man.
So after you heard Brandon say something that there's a body, did you then go back up to where that tire was?
I did.
You can go ahead and take a seat again.
I bet they freaked out.
What did you observe when you got to that location?
Human remains. The first thing that I saw was a skull.
Ooh.
And where was Eric at the time that you walked back up to this area?
Eric was standing right next to Brendan.
So what happened at that point?
Brendan called 911 and we walked back up to our vehicles.
Now, while the three of you were standing there, did anybody make contact with the remains?
I believe Eric did.
Do you recall what he did?
I'm pretty sure he just moved the skull.
Do you know why he did that?
I would assume it's because he didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
Were you familiar with a missing child from the Davenport area, the case Breasia Terrell?
I was. It didn't occur to me until we were headed back to the police station.
Okay. So even as you were standing there and looking at the remains, you weren't making any sort of association with this particular case at that time?
No.
Now, you mentioned that I believe Brandon called the police.
Yes.
What did the three of you do while you were waiting for the police to arrive?
We went up and sat on the tailgate of my truck.
And so you would have left that area and went back to the side of the road?
Correct.
Did you observe anybody else in that area at that time?
No.
Did anyone else touch the remains besides that one incident you described with Eric?
No.
Once the police arrived, what happened?
The responding officer walked down to where the body was, and he ended up calling for backup, and there were several other police that showed up.
And at some point you mentioned being taken to a police station.
Yes.
Do you recall what police station that was?
It was actually the satellite office into it.
And what happened once you got to that office?
We were questioned by a Clinton County investigator, and then a Scott County investigator came in.
Do you recall either of their names?
No.
You know what? I have to give it. I have to give it to these guys because they could have did anything with that school. I appreciate what they did. I really did. I really do. I appreciate what they did. They don't know what they didn't know who it was. But for them guys to be the kind of men they are, they got to have kids at home because they made a report. They even took the time out their life with their family and went down there and not testify, but report this information to the interview with the detectives about this. I appreciate them doing it. Because see, when we first look at them, when you look at them, you'll be saying something different about it. But they let you know there are some good people in this world.
Did you have any other involvement in this case?
No.
All right, I don't have any further questions.
No cross-examination.
You may step down.
That's the second fisherman. And here come the fisherman that found the skull and picked it up.
They called Eric Johnson.
Either one. But they were so kind of them. They look at Henry. Just sitting there like he ain't dead. Nothing. I couldn't even represent him.
You raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please have a seat. Just one moment.
Can you please state and spell your name for our court reporter?
Eric Johnson, EricJohnson.
And what city do you live in?
Grand Mound, Iowa.
And are you familiar with Brendan Rogge and Jesse Dow?
Yes.
How do you know them?
Jesse's my cousin and Brendan's his friend.
Now, back on March 22nd, 2021, do you recall what you were doing that day?
We had grilled at my house and then we decided to go fishing afterwards.
When you say we, who do you mean?
Me and Jesse, and then Brendan had messaged him to go fishing.
Do you recall approximately what time that would have been?
Around 5:30.
At some point then, did you guys agree to go fishing?
Yes.
And where was the plan to fish at?
At Coon House.
Is that an area where you had fished before?
Yes, we fished there since high school.
How did you arrive at that location?
I rode with Jesse
And do you recall where the two of you parked?
on 270th Avenue.
Do you recall who was the first to arrive?
Brendan,
And so would he have already been there at the time of your arrival?
correct.
Do you recall where he parked?
On 270th.
Right next to you here is State's Exhibit 42. Does this appear to be a map of that pond near Kuna implement?
Yes.
There was a pointer up there somewhere. Are you able to point to the area, and if you need to step out here, you can, where your vehicle would have parked and then where Brandon's? Okay, first, where did your vehicle park?
They said the same thing, y'all. They point in the same place.
And then where did Brandon's? Okay. Go ahead and take a seat again.
He told the truth. So Henry had to park up there.
Why did your vehicle park by the side of the road?
We just nosed up to the other car.
Is there a reason you wouldn't have parked next to the pond?
There's a big hill.
Y'all heard that? That little boy. We got to get to him tonight. I got to get back to him tonight too. That he said, that little boy said that it was a hill too. That little boy know what Henry wanted that little boy to tell on him. That little boy know what he was saying.
Have you ever tried driving down to be closer to the pond before?
I have not.
Why not?
Because it's a pretty steep hill.
What would your concern be?
Possibly getting stuck.
Everybody said that. So Henry parked his car at the top, just like this man said. If you go down that hill, you're going to get stuck. What did Henry have on his feet when he went down there with his size 4L shirt? And so he got a 4L body. How did she get down that way to the pond? If he went down there to that pond, he slipped and got some mud somewhere, y'all.
Once the three of you got out of your vehicles, what did you do next?
Went down to go fishing.
And as you were walking towards the pond, what happened?
Brendan made the discovery.
And what happened at that point?
Well, we kind of blew it off because it wasn't something that you'd hear every day. And, so we didn't know if it was real or not. So and then when he had said it the second time, that's when we, might want to go look at it.
Do you recall what he said?
He says, is that a real skull? Or something like that.
Now, I'm going to have you come back to the map here.
Nice guy.
Do you recall where Brendan was when he said, is that a real skull?
Look at that. So this must be a little pond right here then. Wait a minute, because he got a pond right here. So what is this? There's something right there because it looked like it's a little puddle.
When you say we, who are you referring to?
I was walking next to Jesse.
If you can move the microphone.
Oh, so yeah, that's the little small pond. Okay. So Henry can walk from right here to right here. Because he just got to be careful if you're driving a car. Okay.
Over. Thank you.
I was walking next to Jesse.
And so you and Jesse had already walked past that area.
Correct.
And the area you pointed to where Brendan was, is that near kind of where there's a tire that appears to be on the ground?
I believe so.
So at that point that you heard Brendan say, is that a real skull? What did you do?
Well, me and Jesse were talking about his new lure. So we were in conversation the first time he had actually said it.
So the first time he said it, fair to say you kind of ignored him.
Yeah.
Then he said something again.
Yeah.
Do you recall what he said the second time?
I want to say he said is this a sick joke or something? I don't remember exactly.
What did you do at that point?
Approached the skull.
What did you observe when you got to that area?
A human skull.
Did you observe anything else that appeared to be part of skeletal remains?
At that point, no.
Yeah.
What did you do when you saw that skull?
Picked it up.
And why did you do that?
It's just not something that you see every day. So I picked it up and kind of just sat where I was and looked around, and that's when we found the other remains.
Wow. So that skull was detached from the body then. That girl was in there, no telling, and it's a late too, y'all.
At that point, were you concerned that it may be fake?
The initial finding, yes.
Once you picked up that skull, what did you determine?
That it was real.
After you picked up the skull and you made that determination that it was real, what did you do?
I called my brother, that's a cop in DeWitt, or he's a federal officer in Illinois, and then his wife was a DeWitt cop.
To your knowledge, did anyone else call the police?
Brennan was on the phone with the police when I had called my brother.
Did you touch any other portions of those skeletal remains?
I poked at it with the stick a little bit. I did not move nothing.
Did either Jesse or Brendan touch anything?
No.
He honest. At least he told the truth. He told the truth. He said I poked on it a little bit. He told the truth.
After you called your brother and Brendan called the police, what did the three of you do?
Waited for the officers to arrive.
And where did you do that?
We waited at the cars.
Now, Mr. Johnson, were you familiar with a missing child at that point named Breasia Terrell?
Briefly, I had heard about it, but I didn't know nothing about it.
At any point while you were there on scene, did you associate with what you had found with Breasia Terrell?
At the point of finding it, no. It wasn't until after we had left that.
And it's amazing how they heard about a girl. But see, when you see a skull, you're not even thinking that it's a child. And the whole time, that was the child right there. And this man sitting in the courtroom with something with that neck and hair, it just sitting there with that bushy hair. And what is going through his brains? He enjoying every bit of what these dudes are saying. Allegedly.
We started coming up with our own conclusions.
Now, when you say when you left, what do you mean?
Went to the police station, sheriff's department.
And were you interviewed at the sheriff's department?
Yes.
Would that have been the same day that you made this discovery?
Yes. Immediately after.
Were you taken from this area immediately to that sheriff's office?
Correct.
You can go ahead and have a seat again.
You know what? I know I just said it 5, 6 times, and almost 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. I appreciate these 3 young men calling the police and to turn in that baby skull, because all we know, we probably would have never known what happened to Breasia. We probably, God did that. We wouldn't probably even know where nothing. and they went right there to the spot where her skull was. We probably would never known about it if these nice gentlemen had never reported it.
When you were interviewed at the sheriff's office, essentially, did you provide the same information that you've testified to here today?
Yes.
While you were observing the other skeletal remains, did you notice anything else about those remains?
The hair,
What did you notice about the hair?
that it was African American hair and it was long.
Did you observe any clothing?
Man,
Or
hold up. So it's some hair on the skull. Hold up. Let me back this up. So it was her hair was so her whole head. Her hair was still on there like that.
if you can move the microphone over. Thank you.
Hold
I
up,
was
guys.
walking next to Jesse.
Let me put it back what he said. Hold on.
Is there a reason you wouldn't have parked next to the pond?
There's a big hill.
Have you ever tried driving down to be closer to the pond
I
before?
have not.
Why not?
Because it's a pretty steep hill.
What would your concern be?
Possibly getting stuck.
Man.
Once the three of you got out of your vehicles, what did you do next?
Went down to go fishing.
And as you were walking towards the pond, what happened?
Brendan made the discovery.
And what happened at that point?
Well, we kind of blew it off because it wasn't something that you'd hear every day. And, so we didn't know if it was real or not. So then when he had said it the second time, that's when we, might want to go look at it.
Do you recall what he said?
He says, is that a skull? Is that a real skull? Or something like that.
Now I'm going to have you come back to the map here. Do you recall where Brendan was when he said, is that a real skull?
That's the pond right there. Okay.
We were already past.
When you say we, who are you referring
I was
to?
walking next to Jesse.
If you can move the microphone over. Thank you.
I was walking next to Jesse.
And so you and Jesse had already walked past that area.
Correct.
And the area you pointed to where Brendan was, is that near kind of where there's a tire that appears to be on the ground?
I believe so.
So at that point that you heard Brendan say, is that a real skull? What did you do?
Well, me and Jesse were talking about his new lure. So we were in conversation the first time he had actually said it.
So the first time he said it, fair to say you kind of ignored him.
Yeah.
Then he said something again.
Yeah.
Do you recall what he said the second time?
I want to say he said it, is this a sick joke or something? I don't remember exactly.
What did you do at that point?
Approach the skull.
What did you observe when you got to that area?
A human skull.
But y'all know a child's skull is not the same size as an adult skull. It's a difference. So I wonder when they saw that skull, did they think it was a little kid's skull? Wasn't an adult skull?
Did you observe anything else that appeared to be part of skeletal remains?
At that point, no.
What did you do when you saw that skull?
Picked it up.
And why did you do that?
It's just not something that you see every day. So I picked it up and
So you picked up a skull because it's nothing that you see every day. So you picked up a skull. Oh, I know that's a man. So that's a man. They think different. I gotta remember that's a dude. They always trying to discover something. Okay, let me go.
kind of just sat where I was and looked around, and that's when we found the other remains.
At that point, were you concerned that it may be fake?
The initial finding, yes.
Once you picked up that skull, what did you determine?
That it was real.
After you picked up the skull and you made that determination that it was real, what did you do?
I called my brother, that's a cop in DeWitt, or he's a federal officer in Illinois, and then his wife was a DeWitt cop.
To your knowledge, did anyone else call the police?
Brennan was on the phone with the police when I had called my brother.
Did you touch any other portions of those skeletal remains?
I poked at it with the stick a little bit. I did not move nothing.
Did either Jesse or Brendan touch anything?
No.
After you called your brother and Brendan called the police, what did the three of you do?
Waited for the officers to arrive.
And where did you do that?
We waited at the cars.
That's scary.
Now, Mr. Johnson, were you familiar with a missing child at that point named Breasia Terrell?
Briefly, I had heard about it, but I didn't know nothing about it.
At any point while you were there on scene, did you associate with what you had found with Breasia Terrell?
At the point of finding it, no. It wasn't until after we had left that we started coming up with our own conclusions.
Now, when you say when you left, what do you mean?
Went to the police station, sheriff's department.
And were you interviewed at the sheriff's department?
Yes,
Would that have been the same day that you made this discovery?
yes. Immediately after.
Were you taken from this area immediately to that sheriff's office?
Correct.
You can go ahead and have a seat again.
Oh, wait, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, young man. We appreciate all three of y'all.
When you were interviewed at the sheriff's office, essentially, did you provide the same information that you testified to here today?
Yes.
They could have left this. You
Well,
know what,
you were-
y'all? I commend these three fishermen, three guys, because any other person would have just left and let's go home. I don't want no part. You would have heard somebody else saying, "Oh, I don't want no parts of this. I'm gonna leave this going." They could think we did it anyway. But these three young men reported this. They reported this situation. Now I'll be on there. I have to email them and tell them I appreciate them, because she would have never know where her daughter was. Cause Henry show wasn't gonna tell her.
Observing the other skeletal remains, did you notice anything else about those remains?
The hair.
What did you notice about the hair?
That it was African-American hair and it was long.
Did you observe any clothing or items like that near those remains?
I believe there was a pair of shorts or something.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Who had it? Wait. Whose shorts was those? He seen a pair of shorts. Did they look like kids' shorts? Did they look like a 4XL Dinkins shorts?
Did you make any observations about the size of the shorts or anything like that?
Thank you.
No.
Why?
Did you have any further involvement in this matter?
No.
All right, thank you. I don't have any further questions.
No cross.
You may sit down. Thank you.
That's the third fisherman, y'all.
Your Honor, the state calls David Baker to the
Now
stand.
look at him sitting right there, y'all. Look at Henry. Just look at Henry. Just sat there and just having a ball. He enjoying every bit of this. Just enjoy. He just looking at the women. Just looking at them. He ain't even worrying about nothing. He know he guilty. Look at him. Look at him. Thinking about creation. Look at him. You know it. It's on his mind. Look at him. No, you did that girl wrong. And you see him listening to them. How could he just sit there and look like this? And they don't talk about the score. They don't talk about the hell. He don't care. He don't care. I'm gonna do time anyway. I don't care. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. What's on his brain? Because he ain't got no man. Look at him. He ain't cried, and that was his stepchild. That was his son's sister. And what is this? That little name.
Raise your right hand.
Now, y'all, this dude right here, they're gonna have to talk to the judge because this dude right here is locked up with Henry. So they're gonna cut some of the stuff that he said. Henry gonna watch what Henry tell his attorney. He gonna whisper, man, that's my brother, that's my cellmate.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Please have a seat.
They in the same prison, guys.
Please state your name for the record and spell both your first and your last name.
David Baker, David Baker.
Mr. Baker, let me ask you this. Where are you a resident of? What community specifically did you grow up in and live in?
Clinton.
Okay. And is that a community that you had lived at your entire life?
Yes.
What I'd like to do is I want to direct your attention to events of July 10th of 2020. As a resident of Clinton County, did you become familiar with news stories of a child identified as Breasia Terrell who had been reported missing during the summer of 2020 here in the Davenport area?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a lot of information that was being put out to the public through news stories?
Yes.
Even as a resident of the Clinton County area, were these news stories that were being broadcast in the Clinton area?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that being said, had a period of time passed just by virtue of news stories where it became clear the child wasn't being located?
Correct.
Okay.
Look at
Now,
him, y'all. Hold on. I'm reacting to this. Let me tell you something. This dude is locked up in the same prison in the same area where Henry is. You have to ask yourself, would it be safe for Henry to go back to that prison? Because they'll get him for doing this to a child. If these people in jail heard what happened to this baby, Henry might not make it in jail. He gonna get nervous too. Because he hurt a child. And most of the dudes locked up have kids.
I want to direct your attention, if I could, to January of 2021, what was your status during that period of time?
I was incarcerated.
Okay.
In
And where were you incarcerated at?
Clinton County Jail.
By virtue of your status, did you become familiar with a man by the name of Henry Dinkins?
Yes.
Is Henry Dinkins present in court today?
Yes, ma'am, he is.
Could you please describe what he's wearing for purposes of our record?
He is in a brown shirt and
Your Honor, may the record reflect that identification.
Look at that
The record
face.
cells so reflect.
Thank you. Mr. Baker, can you describe how the Clinton County Jail is structured as far as housing for individuals who are inmates?
there's individual pods, an upper tier, lower tier, 3 cells up top most of the time, and then 2 on the bottom.
Okay. And as for the cells, the cells, there we go. I'm not feeling good, so my tongue isn't working today. But as far as the cells are concerned, how many inmates would sleep in a particular cell?
2 max.
2. Beyond the cells where inmates sleep, is there any type of day room where residents then can hang out?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's the day room located in a pod?
Center of the pod right outside the lower tier cells.
Is there any television within that day room?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as of January of 2021, did you become familiar with Mr. Dinkins?
Yes.
Was he, in fact, an inmate within the pod that you were located in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Wow, y'all. He in the same area, in the same jail. I'm surprised they ain't whooped his butt yet. Because I ain't guilty, man. I ain't guilty. They lying on me. They're going to have to move Henry.
If you were to describe, I guess, the relationship that you shared with Mr. Dinkins, how would you describe that relationship?
It was neutral. Yeah,
Certainly.
you tend to get along with everybody who try to.
Okay. All right. And is that
Okay,
based?
so he tried to get along with everybody. That's how these kind of people act. They want to get along with everybody. They want everybody to think everything all right with them. Look at this man's facial expression.
Basically what your personality was like there.
Yes.
Now, during January, were there news stories that were being broadcast relative to Breasia Terrell?
Yes.
I want to ask you about a specific event that would have occurred while you were there and Mr. Dinkins was there. Did you have occasion to be near him when there was some newscasts on TV?
Yes.
Was the nature of the newscast such that it would give rise to Breasia Terrell?
Yes.
Describe what developed during that period of time.
Mr. Dinkins said to me they would never find her.
Okay.
Y'all
And
hear
when
that? Y'all hear that? Henry told this dude who locked up in the same room here, in the same cell, they'll never find her. And if it wasn't for these 3 fishermen reporting that scar, right now we wouldn't know where was she. So for them 3 fishermen and for this dude right here who locked up with him, he gonna tell that low down. Man, let me calm down. Hold on, y'all. Let me take a deep breath. Henry tells this man they'll never find it. And Jesus let them guys come up and that score showed up like that. Breasia, they got you, baby. You safe now.
And he made those statements, they would never find her. Where were you physically positioned relative to Mr. Dinkins?
To the left and slightly behind.
Okay. As he made that
Look at him.
statement,
Look at him.
with you being slightly behind, did he turn towards you when he made that comment?
Yes.
If you were to describe
Look at him, y'all. Ooh, look at Henry. How you looking at that man? Oh, he mad. Ooh, look at that turtle face.
basically the delivery of
Look at him. Look at him. Whoa. He listening to that lady. Like, why you asking him all that? Look at him, y'all. Look at this coward. Look how he looking at that attorney, y'all. Ooh, wee. Henry, you ain't bad. They ain't done with you.
of that comment, how would you describe the delivery of that comment?
For Henry, normal, I guess.
Okay. Did you feel comfortable?
Look at the eyebrows. Look at the eyebrows. Look at that mouth. Ooh, wee. Look at that, y'all. He started shrinking up like that. Look.
Comfortable with the statement that he made?
No.
And when he made that statement, what impression did it create for you?
That he knew more than what he was letting on.
Okay. At some point in time, did you report that to any correctional staff?
Yes.
When you reported that matter to correctional staff, did that prompt correctional staff to do interviews of other individuals who were staying within that pod?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the subject by the name of Matt Dean?
Yes.
How are you familiar with Matt Dean?
He was my cellmate.
Okay. And was Matt Dean in the same area as you were when Mr. Dinkins
Matt
made this?
Dean was his cellmate, and he must have known Henry from being in the prison. I don't know how the prison made, y'all. I don't know. So, because they say he was trying to make friends for everybody. And Henry trying to make friends with people, and they don't want to be around him. Ain't that something?
Statement.
Yes.
Did you and Matt Dean have any conversations after the fact about you having heard Mr. Dinkins make that statement?
Briefly.
Did Mr. Dean indicate to you that he had also heard that statement?
That's unclear. I don't remember for sure.
Certainly. But at any rate, then, by virtue of you reaching out to correctional staff, did that prompt an interview that was conducted of you by a detective from the Davenport Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
Did that conclude your involvement in this matter?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Mr. Baker, at the time of January of 2021, you stated that you were in Clinton County Jail with Mr. Dean and Mr. Dinkins, right?
Yes, correct.
As of right now, you are still incarcerated, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Where at?
Newton Correctional Facility, Newton, Iowa.
And why are you there?
Your Honor, may we approach?
Look, y'all. Look. It's not the fact of why he there. We need to get Henry. Look at Henry. Got a crick in his neck. Look at him. He trying to hear. He looking at that man, y'all. Like, I'm going to get you when we get back. Look at him looking at them. He listening, y'all, because he don't want to go to jail. He going, look. It's a mess. How could he just sit in there and just... Breasia got to be in his mind. Breasia ain't done with you, bro. We gonna tear you up. Look at him.
Mr. Waters, if you could rephrase your question.
As of right now, how long are you going to be in the Newton Correctional Facility?
I am serving 2 5-year terms consecutive.
Okay, so really the point of why you are here today is to testify about the statements that you supposedly heard my client say in Clinton County Jail, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you've testified that you overheard him say that they're never going to find her. And you took that of him meaning, or talking about Breasia Terrell because you were watching some news story.
Correct.
Okay, and at that time, I think it was in January of 2021, right?
The actual news story, I believe, was in October.
Okay, so in October of 2021, you heard him say this statement.
2020, actually.
Sorry, in 2020.
Yes.
So when he said that statement, though, it didn't seem like he was admitting he had anything to do with the disappearance of Breasia Terrell, though, correct?
I took it that he knew something more.
Okay, and you're not going to sit here today and tell us that Mr. Dinkins told you he killed Breasia Terrell, right?
No, I'm not telling you that, no.
Okay, and then lastly, because you are testifying today, I just want to know whether you've had any promise of a reduction of sentence or if you've been given any promise of leniency.
Absolutely not.
Now, what you got to say?
Other than that one time, you hadn't heard any other comment, though, from him, right?
No,
No?
no.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes, Mr. Baker, let's just go back for purposes of correcting the record. Were you interviewed in January of 2021?
I was interviewed in January 21, yes.
Got it. And so then the discussions that had occurred relative to the news broadcast, did that occur in October of
Correct.
2020?
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you. I have no further questions.
That's all I have.
You may step down.
We appreciate that, Mister, for telling on Dinkins. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Ooh, it's gonna be something when he go back. See you later, Dinkins.
Honor the state calls Sergeant Jeff Pfeiffer to the
Look at
stand.
Dinkins. Look at Dinkins. Look, look. They always innocent. They always act like the victim. Look. You did it. You ain't have to do that girl like that, man. You wrong. Like he innocent. Look at him. Look at him.
Do you sort of tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the
Yeah,
truth?
now I don't want to deal
Please have
with
a
him.
seat.
I don't want to deal with him. I see him. He got on my nerve. I want to go back to the sun, y'all. Let's go back to the sun. That's who I want to go back to. We're gonna revive. We're gonna recap to what the son said. The little boy said. The 11-year-old said what he did. That's who I want to go back to. That's what I want to do. That right there. That's a good one. Okay. Okay, let me find my folks. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find. Let me hold up. WQ, baby. So what we doing now, y'all? We trying to find what that I want that. I got it on my channel, but I don't feel like looking for it because I didn't really put so I don't know what day is Dinkins. I don't know what day it was. What is the 7th? No, on the 6th day. Oh, y'all, hold up. I ain't see this. Hold up. I don't think I did. Hold up. This the new evidence. I ain't know nothing about this. I don't remember this. Yes, I do. I want the sun.
Dinkins, the man accused of killing 10-year-old Breasia Terrell in 2020. Prosecutors called a Davenport police officer who shared what he found inside of Dinkins' RV. The officer was executing a search warrant after Breasia was reported missing when he discovered a white T-shirt, a pair of pants, and tennis shoes, all covered in dirt and mud. The officer also noted a machete.
There you go, y'all. There you go, right there. There you go. This is what we looking for. There you go, y'all. Y'all, we ain't see this. I ain't see day 6. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look at this dirt, y'all. Look. That's that baby pen. Oh my God. We ain't see this. This is what we looking for.
Dinkins' RV. The officer was executing a search warrant after Breasia was reported missing when he discovered a white T-shirt, a pair of pants, and tennis shoes, all covered in dirt and.
Look at that. Look at that real deal. There go our shoes. There go our shoes, y'all. He was down there in that. He was down there in that lake. Look, there go the shoes. So it's day 6. I don't know how I missed day 6. There go Henry. Henry, you was down there in that lake. I don't mean just testify. Wow.
In mud, the officer also noted a machete on top of a microwave.
Whoa! Hold up. Let me move that out the way. Let me move that out the way, y'all. I gotta move. Y'all, the little boy, her brother, the brother mentioned the Chevy. I had to move it so it won't show. The brother mentioned it. Everything her little brother said, he saw. That go to shoes, that go to Chevy. That little boy is smart. Henry, you gone, bro. You gone.
Machete on top of a microwave.
Look.
Did you make any observations of its condition?
As I was looking at it, I could see what appeared to be some type of white cloth or paper on the serrated edge of the machete.
The state arguing that it appears the machete was cleaned off. That's a theory that matches Breasia's younger brother's claim that he saw Dinkins clean a bloody machete, but the defense points out.
Look at him. Look at that muddy lip. He mad now. Wow.
That no female DNA was found on Dinkins. And we have continuing.
Yeah, hold up. Oh, man, I'm glad I found this. Everything that little boy said. That little boy know his daddy did this. Look at these pants. Look at Breasia pants, y'all. Will I be a monkey's uncle? Boy, look at that, look at that, look at that. You know what? That was day 6. We got to find the little boy testimony, y'all. We got to find it. Everything that baby said, your dad is sitting in the courtroom did it. Son, let me see. The son testified. Testified, okay. It's on him. But this the only one I can find. I can't find the other one. But I got it though.
One more.
Well,
so you're looking for a little more.
We got the shoes.
Now, stunning testimony of the 3rd day of trial for the man accused of kidnapping and killing 10-year-old Breasia Terrell. She disappeared in July 2020. Fishermen found remains the following March. Henry Dinkins is charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. KCRG TV9's Kristen Rogers is following testimony this morning. She joins us now in the studio. Kristen.
Jackie, Henry Dinkins' 11-year-old son took the stand. He was there the night Breasia went missing. The two had been spending the night with Dinkins and his girlfriend at their apartment. He testified that his sister was gone when he woke up and that Dinkins took him to Walmart, where he waited in the car while Dinkins bought some bleach. While Dinkins was in the store, his son testified that he put the battery back into Dinkins' cell phone to play games because the battery was not in his phone. When Dinkins returned to the car, he says they went on a long car ride down a dirt road. And that's when he says he watched his father get out of the car and pour the bleach by some bushes. After that, he says his father drove him to his RV.
What did the two of you do when you got to the RV?
He opened the trunk of the purple Impala and he grabbed out a bloody knife.
So he opened you said bloody knife?
A bloody knife, yeah.
From the trunk of his Impala?
Yes.
He went on to say that his father wiped the knife off with bleach and then put it in his RV. During cross-examination, he testified Breasia was with him and his dad the morning that she disappeared, a timeline the defense questioned several times, including questioning his memory. He later claimed that he was there and watched his father shoot Breasia. Listen in.
Either you were there when she was killed or you weren't.
I said, I guess.
I don't accept that answer, sir. Either you were there when she was shot or you weren't.
I was there. Damn.
So you were there?
Yes.
You saw your dad.
Look at him. Your own son don't even like you. He didn't see it. He don't like you no more. Your own son don't like you no more, Henry.
Shoot Breasia Terrell.
Yes.
Now, a judge will ultimately decide whether Dinkins is guilty, as he's opted for a bench trial instead of a jury. The trial is expected to last several weeks. In the studio, Kristen Rogers.
Yeah, let me see, can I find this boy? He said yes. He wasn't though. I don't believe he was. I got it on my channel, but y'all, it's found the shoes. We found the shoes. I got the shoes. I'm good now. I'm good. I found the shoes. Look, cause your own son don't like you no more. How about it? Your own son. Your own son edited right. He wants you to go to jail. And yeah, this part right here, he tried to make the mama look like the victim. Right here. I don't like this. It touched my heart right here. I put it up. Okay, baby. Cause it hold up. Okay, yeah, let me see. Did he just put up? Yeah, I put it up there for y'all. It was one of them didn't turn out right. So I went I'm on now so y'all can see it.
How am I finding menopause?
It's the same one.
Well,
okay, y'all, we
no
gonna look at this.
Yeah, okay. How do you spell it?
AI. Okay.
SH.
Because if you can't see it on there, I did another one. But this is the one that y'all, yeah, the other one, yeah. I did too. Because I revised it for y'all.
Last name?
Langford, LA, NK, FORD.
Date of birth?
8/28 of 1991.
Address?
614 West 63rd Street, apartment number 1.
Phone number?
563 676 4247.
Yeah, his
Henry
son
lives
knew
here.
he was lying.
Yeah, I guess so. This is where he told me to come.
Okay.
He don't even know how long she's even been gone.
What's your daughter's name?
Breasia, BR. EA.
EA.
SIA.
He's scared of Henry.
BREASIA.
Yes.
Okay.
Terrell. TERRELL.
Okay. What's your middle initial?
D.
Her date of birth?
12/4/09.
Okay.
Look.
What's up, Henry? So when was the last time you saw her?
She was in the house.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw her?
9:30.
Last night?
9:30.
Okay.
Look how his little brother looking.
Okay. When was the last time you saw her?
She was in the bed when I woke up this morning.
She was in the bed?
Yeah.
When you went to bed last night? Okay.
This is crazy.
Yeah, look, he threatened that little boy. Look at that little boy hand behind his back. Yeah, because his dad had told him something before he got out there. But he about to talk, though. He about to talk.
This is like, you know what I'm saying? I know she fucking going fucking hysterical, big brother.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Did y'all hear what he just said? She's going effing. This her child. This is her child. She's supposed to be acting like that. What you think she's supposed to be happy? He act like, she's supposed to be happy. She the one want me to get rid of her. That's how he acting. I can't.
DIN.
KINS.
Your date of birth, Henry?
August 2nd, 72.
Is this your home address?
No.
What's your address?
It's down by Boston Arena.
I just
Yeah, I just know that.
You don't know your
I don't know the
address?
full address.
Do you know your phone number?
Hell no, I don't know that either. I swear to God, I don't.
Henry, you don't know where your daughter is. You don't know your address. And you don't know your phone number.
No, for real.
He don't know nothing because he don't want to know nothing. I got it, baby. I got it on my channel. You could go back and catch up, okay?
Well, no, it's just it's kind of.
I don't call myself.
I know, but you got to know your number. You got to know your address.
I don't.
So this is your girlfriend's address here? Okay.
He thought he was slick.
Okay. What was she last wearing?
In the bed. What you have on, some shorts?
What color?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
What's her height and weight, you think?
She's a little taller than he is. She's
Okay.
Y'all hear the boy?
Okay.
He
What's
ain't
her
that tall.
what's her hair look like?
She has dreads. Long. Dreads.
Long.
Long and dreads hair?
Yep.
Like shoulder length or middle of the back?
Down here.
Okay. Mid back, dreads. Right? Is that how we would label that?
Yes.
Look, DL. Look.
She had shorts on.
Did she still have a white shirt on?
She had that one.
Y'all see what this man doing? He manipulating that little boy. He go ask that little boy what she had on, and he the one took her out the house. Henry thinks somebody crazy. He letting the little boy talk, but he ain't talking. Oh, so what she had on? Henry, you the one took her out the house. Look at him. Oh, I tell y'all, he just ate me up. He eat me up.
That she had the shirt that you gave her.
The white shirt.
All white?
All white t-shirt, yep.
Look at him. He mad. Because that little DL tell him.
What is it that makes something
I
great?
can't. Ooh,
At Publix.
Henry got the right woman standing out there with him because they'll have to lock me up. I'm going to get him upside the head.
And you guys don't have alarms or anything on your doors if the door's open? Okay. And listen, I know this sounds dumb. I've lost my kids too. Okay. Actually, mine just happened last week, and we went back in and we found them in the bed. Okay. I'm going to ask you to who have you called? What doors have you knocked on?
I don't know these people out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I called her.
Yep.
See, they always act like they are the victim. I call her. See, now he making it look like the mama bad. You the bad one. You ain't putting them. You ain't answer no question. You asking everybody else to ask question. Now you putting it on pointing fingers at the mama. Yeah, I'm sorry. Henry be getting to me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And she told me she was at work. At first, I was riding around looking. And then me and my son started riding around looking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
So how long ago did you? Has it been an hour?
It's been a couple hours.
Couple hours?
Couple hours.
Okay.
Couple hours.
Have we called grandmas? Have we called cousins?
That's what I just asked. She the one. I don't know all that. She knows all
No, but he put Henry is putting. Yeah, she know. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I just did a live with that information on there. He took the little boy after he came when he took that little boy. He want that little boy to stand out there and tell everything. Cause he was gonna get that little boy next. His own son.
She knows all that, not me.
Okay. Do we have a picture?
She does.
See? See up on the
Yeah,
finger at mama. She got it. Look.
Who's the girl that lives here? Andrea? What's Andrea's last name? Culberson.
He don't know nothing.
He need a picture of her.
You don't have nothing with you right now. Okay, that's fine. Have we called
He on
family?
trial, baby.
I've called everybody. I have my
Okay.
uncle out riding around. My mom's on her way out here. My
We've been
friends on their way out
Wait,
here.
y'all. Watch this. Watch what he about to do. I got all the trials on my channel, baby. You can go back and look at them. But right now, we trying to keep up right here. Now, he about to blame the mama the whole time, and he the one took that girl out of him. You low down, dirty shame.
We've been every
Okay.
fucking way.
And she's gonna be with a friend inside some apartment.
That's
most
why I
likely.
just said I'm gonna still look.
Okay.
We don't know anybody out here. So that's the
Yeah.
thing. She would have never.
How many?
She would have never. First of all, she would have never woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. And she would have never.
What you mean?
She
8 o'clock in the
I'm
morning.
just saying.
That ain't what I
She
said. I
definitely-
never
I know
said.
you
guys,
didn't say that.
this isn't the time to fight.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck about you walking,
Hey,
nigga.
listen,
You
like,
love
Did
to
you
know.
hear?
How
Did
the
y'all
fuck
see him? Did y'all see this man threw his hand at that woman? He threw his hand at her like, anyway, good. I can't stand you. He threw his hand at her. Sure would. He gonna throw his hand at her. Oh, me and him been fighting.
Because you was watching her, Henry. What the fuck do you mean?
But hey,
I'm gone, sir. Come on, D.
listen to me.
Fuck that. I'm gone.
Well, you guys gotta come together right now. This isn't a time to fight about it. Okay.
Man, it's about the age of, I mean,
So well, hey, if you, how am I supposed to? What do you want me to do?
I got everything, bro. I got everything. See how she stepped on me. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Like
I got no picture. I got no. What do you want me to do?
What am I supposed to do?
Wait,
bro?
wait, what? Yeah, did this man actually say, what do I supposed to do? Henry, you took this girl's son from her daughter from her. Hey, baby. Took this girl daughter from her, then you up here and blaming the mama like you the victim. You're not the victim right here.
I get it, Henry. I get it. I
All
get
I
it.
can do is look.
I get it, Henry.
All he can do is look.
Henry, let's go inside the apartment one more time.
That man don't care. I don't care what y'all say. He don't care nothing about that baby.
Look, this happens more often than you think. We just
took that woman
man
out there from her grandmother.
Well, I understand why she's upset. But when I'm trying to help, she can't run away from me. I don't want to
deal with the issue.
Yes.
He didn't want to go back there 'cause that lady
You know
told him
that. I
not
learned
to.
that a long time ago. Fuck, man.
She don't want him in that house.
How many times have you guys stayed out here?
How many times have I been out here? The kid, this is their first time.
Oh, it's the very first time she's ever stayed here. And so she is.
So this her first time you did that, Henry.
So I wonder
She
just.
trusted you. She don't change her locks, yeah.
This is such a small.
We got.
She's not in our look.
Look, y'all, she don't take.
Stylists and barbers.
He ain't gonna work that no more,
Stylists
bro.
specialize in sewing.
She don't change her life. And then it too, y'all. Another thing, what kind of woman is this woman who live here? She was looking out the blinds when he was taking that girl out of there at 3 a.m. in the morning. She scared of Henry too. That's why she locked that door. I would have, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, boy. Oh, let me calm down. Oh, girl, let me calm down. Let me calm down. Henry that make me mad. Y'all don't know it. Y'all don't know. That lady make me angry because she was looking at the blinds, looking at him, walk her right here. Why didn't she open up that cotton picking door and say, Henry, where you taking her to? Oh, God.
I'm fucking mad. She gonna open the door, man. She's gonna open.
Yeah, I wouldn't open my door either. You won't be getting back in my door no more.
What's her name?
She's gonna open.
Them nasty hands.
Hi there. Are you Andrea? Yeah. Okay, Andrea. What's your date of birth, Andrea? So tell me about, like, when was the last time you saw her?
She was here.
When?
What time was that? Thursday, like around
Girl.
Okay. And you guys never heard her come down, walk
Girl,
out. There's no forced
I had to
entry
calm
or
myself
anything
down.
like
I had to
that.
calm myself down with Henry.
Okay.
And look at her. She got on
Do you
one
mind
of
if I just
Henry's
come
shirts.
in and take a quick look? I'm not concerned about anything else. I just want to come in
Girl.
because
I
probably
do too.
50% of the time we still find them inside
The
the
mama
place
did good, 'cause I've been out there
when this
fighting. They
happens.
had locked
And
me up. Look at her, y'all.
what's that?
Look at her. Look. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. You don't care nothing about that baby either. She got on a shirt too. He got everybody on a white shirt. She looked out the blinds. She could have opened up that door. Yeah, something wrong with that lady. She opened up that. She could have opened up that door. Henry, where you taking? Oh my God, that baby.
Listen. I go on all sorts of
Look
places.
at her. And she ain't even crying. She ain't nothing. They don't care. Look, everybody got on a white t-shirt.
Care how big. What's that? Yeah.
She scared of Henry. She said he around now. She scared of Henry, y'all. She said he around. Look at that. He gave everybody a t-shirt all the way down to his knees. She even got on
Was
one.
there
Look at
any
her.
fights or arguments or anything last night? Bree is her name?
That baby.
Where was she sleeping at? Your bed? So where were you guys sleeping at last night? You guys slept out here?
I don't even see why he sat down in that house. I
Look in
wouldn't
the
have sat
closet
down
again.
on nothing. I don't want nothing getting on my pants. They got a 1-bedroom. Oh, he was looking up under that. I put on some good. But see, she ain't in her right now either, because she wouldn't took no baby out that house at 3
I know, I'm
a.m.
just telling you, you'd be surprised what we've.
In a 1-bedroom apartment.
So she was sleeping in the bed with her brother?
Yeah.
And you guys slept out here?
Her brother said she kicked him in the bed.
Okay. What time did you guys wake up?
Now, I was still asleep. I don't know what time it was.
She don't know nothing.
Well, what time did you wake up?
Thank you.
Oh, goodness, I can't. Honestly, I cannot remember what time I was.
Okay, like 30 minutes ago, 2 hours ago? 2 hours ago? Okay. Hey, does she have any friends out here? Like, has she ever played with any of the neighbors?
They're on the same t-shirt.
Okay, are you gonna come out and help look or not?
That girl ain't out there. Henry already don't got rid of her. Man, I want to see. I got it on my. I just didn't put. I don't know. I want to go to the timeline, y'all. Okay, that's the last thing I want to cover. Let me get the timeline. We about to get Henry make you have a heart attack. Excuse me, Cam. Let me get the timeline. They got a timeline for Mr. Henry. You know, got on my nerve. Sitting there with that messy hair. Okay, y'all, let's look at the timeline together. Even though we did it the other day, I still want to do it.
Alert.
You don't make me mad. I want to do it with y'all. That's why I came on live.
Person says she fell asleep. Now at 2:13 a.m., we see a dark colored sedan traveling near the RV that Dinkins owned. Then at 2:29 a.m., we see the sedan leave that RV.
Yeah. Yeah, let me ask y'all something. Now, RV is one of those little places you live with, like a little trailer house. If that's what he riding around in a look, that's what an RV is, ain't So at 2:30, yeah, dark colored sedan. Look, y'all. And then let's keep going, y'all. When he go get his son, let's watch this.
RV. Detective Ober says that while they can't say for sure that it's the Impala Dinkins drove, it says it looks very similar to that one. Now at 3 a.m., Andrea says she woke up to find Breasia and Dinkins gone from the apartment. Then at 3:30 a.m., Andrea says Dinkins returned to the apartment, grabbed something from his closet and left. Now of note, this is the same time she saw Breasia standing next to the Impala. Between 3:33 and 3:38 a.m., we see Dinkins at the quick shop buying gas.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want y'all to see. Now let's look at this timeline. You tell me at 3 o'clock in the morning, a.m., that lady who was standing at that door didn't have nothing to say about that man taking a baby out their house at 3 a.m. in the morning. And that's her first time coming over to her house. What's wrong with this picture? He took that baby out there at 3 o'clock, woke her up. 3:33 and 3:38. That's when he went to buy gas. What did he do with Breasia? At 3:33 to 3:38, he went while he buying gas. Where is Breasia? I don't understand it because he picked her up. He woke her up at 3. Then he go get the gas, and this when he about to go to the lake.
See what appears to be a dark colored sedan traveling north on Highway 61 around 3:44 a.m. And this is where the timeline skips ahead. Again, though, of note, we know that Breasia's remains were found near the Kunau Implements up near DeWitt. Now at 5:55 a.m., Dinkins picks up DL.
Then you gonna go wake up the other baby at 5:55 a.m. Everything DL said, he told the truth. He done did something with Breasia. But DL said Breasia was with them. He gonna pick that boy up. 6 o'clock in the morning.
From the apartment complex between 6:58 and 7:10 a.m. We know Dinkins is at the
And then he
Clinton
go buy
Walmart buying bleach. We then know Dinkins traveled back to Davenport where he is picked
My
up.
question is, y'all, looking at this time, man, when he came and got this baby, okay, he headed to Highway 61. I don't know how far it is from where he lived, because he didn't get everybody his address. He had from 341, let's say 4, 5, 6. He done did something to Breasia that quick. Then he go pick up the baby boy. Why? I'm still trying to figure out why. Then he go to Walmart to buy some bleach. Left the boy in the car. Then he headed back to Davenport, 8:18 to 8:22. Doing what?
Up driving onto Credit Island and leaving again between 8:18 a.m. and 8:22 a.m. We then see Dinkins and DL outside of the RV at 8:24 a.m.
So he left. So what was the purpose of picking up DL if you're going to let him stay in the car? If that's a cover up for him? Because when he went into Davenport at the 8:18 to 8:22, he had bleach. He left the baby and he left the 8-year-old DL in the car. Yeah, he left at 8:24 a.m. He left him in the car. So he went in there and did something. He had to have her age around DL. He had to.
At 8:55 a.m., Dinkins is back at the apartment complex.
Wait a minute. Did he go back to that apartment at 8:55? See, what messed up for him is why you wake that baby up? Why you wake both of them up? You even woke up the 8-year-old at 6 and bring him back at 8:55 with you. So he had to see what you were doing. Oh, I wish I could find DL live.
With Officer Burkle, DL, and Aisha Langford, Breasia's mother, before he leaves. At 11:46 a.m., he is seen on video near his mom and his sister's apartment. And then at noon...
Wait a minute. On video. Okay. He ain't been asleep, y'all. So this man ain't went to sleep, y'all. He been up all night, all day, all night. And at 11:46 a.m., he on the video near mother's and sister's apartment. What mother and sister apartment? What mother and sister apartment, y'all?
Dinkins arrives at the police department. Now, the state
Then the guilty mother sucker went to the police department.
Detective Obert if this timeline corresponds with what DL testified to.
So as far as the child's descriptors of going to Walmart, was that corroborated?
Yes.
The child's descriptors of there being Clorox that his father used, was that corroborated?
Yes.
The child's descriptors of having placed the battery back into the cell phone while Mr. Dinkins was in the Walmart, was that corroborated?
Yes.
The child's description of Mr. Dinkins having gone over to the area of Credit Island, was there physical evidence to corroborate that?
The footprints, yes.
Okay. And then the child's description to law enforcement about going back to that trailer and there being a large knife that was wiped down, was that corroborated?
Video footage has them there that morning, and then detectives locating a large knife on top of the microwave, yes.
And Detective Obert also testified this morning, that all of Dinkins' movements are backed up by cell phone data, except for his movements in that overnight.
What we gonna do tomorrow, y'all? It's gonna be some more showdown tomorrow. It's gonna be another showdown for this motherfucker right here. He ain't gonna get away with it. He ain't gonna get away with it, y'all. What I'm gonna do tomorrow? He didn't want no jury. He ain't want no jury, y'all. That motherfucker didn't want no jury. I'm telling you. But tomorrow, we're gonna do two things. I'm gonna have to do the trial. I'm gonna have to do the trial. And what we gonna do, y'all? We gonna look at you. That's what I don't know, but I get it tomorrow for you, Veronica. I make sure I get it tomorrow. Cause usually when I get home from work in the morning, I catch it. So I'll let you know. I record it, and then we'll talk about it. And then another thing I want to talk about DL. I'm gonna go on my channel and see. But y'all, if you miss anything about what's going on, I got all of them on there. I got them on the short and the long. So I try to do. I know a lot of y'all work, and a lot of y'all be busy. So like me, so I try to do stuff, and put it out there for y'all. But I want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate y'all. I'm still working. Wait a minute. I got something coming out. Hold on, y'all. It's something I got coming out now. Hold on. Let me see that y'all missed something. Hold on. I got another one coming out tonight. I think it came on at 8. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Y'all supposed to be looking at something. Hold on. Oh, Veronica. Oh, y'all, it already came on. No, that's tomorrow. No, that's tomorrow. Upcoming tomorrow. I got a lot of, wait a minute, something coming on at 12 p.m. That's tomorrow. Only thing I got coming on for y'all next, y'all came on. Y'all can go on my channel, look at everything that it'll tell you what time I upload for y'all. I try to put stuff out there for y'all. But it's a good one. It's some good ones. Yeah, I know everybody be busy. But I want to thank y'all for being here. But y'all can show me some appreciation by hitting that like button. That's all. I don't need no money on it, man. I need y'all love by hitting that like button. So y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of y'all morning, noon, night, and evening. And we'll be back up tomorrow, okay? And I do come on at 5:10 every morning at work. I got a lot of people ride with me to work and keep me company while I'm at work in the morning. I be talking junk early in the morning, y'all. 5:10 talking junk. I love y'all. Y'all be safe out there, and thanks for joining, okay? All right, y'all. Good night.